The concept is how this is the unit it will be covered only for the data security and privacy. So that in this connection, how to we can secure the data. So what is what is the mainly here in the protection of the security of the data. So here in the libraries or digital libraries or any university or the library, college library, there are some of the specification of the data is available in our libraries. So in these libraries, in the databases, register years of that budgeting, last 5 years of that budgeting data. So all the information in the action registers to periodical register, all the information is available in our library. So in the enter the information will be electronic way. That is the e-information will be available in our library. How to be secure? How to be preservation and the security is most important. So in this connection in the data preservation and security in the several methods are available in the scenario. Here we will discuss. So what is the mainly in the preservation? Why study the digital library security? In the digital libraries, what type of the security is the required mainly? The security is the most important in the digital library. So here, the digital libraries, there are the three categories of the preservations and digital library security is there. So the first one is the revolutionizing information economy. So today is the economy is the revolutionizing information economy. That means information. So today is the world is what is the familiar toughest cost of the money in the world information only. So for example, the Google is the only information database. So they are the providing over the world wise what type of the information is required immediately will be provided. So today we are going to the planning to going to the flight or by railway reservation, any of the information to going to directly to the website to searching the information. So for example, in the we are going to the Delhi. So what type of the flights is there today? Business class. It will be searching the information. So in this meanwhile, revolutionizing information economy. That means the toughest that is the preventive that is called as a privilegation of that major information only for the that is called as a information. So in the globalization of that in the world wise, all the people there is searching the information. Without of the knowledge, they did not to go to the outside to go. We are going to the higher studies of the MS purpose for years. All the students, they are the how to be following. They are going to the only for the base of that information to collecting the information. What are the information? Which is the information? Whatever the information is sending. So such type of the information they are providing. That is called as a revelation of the economy. In this globalization product, services and resources in the globalization. So single, for example, in Hyderabad, that metropolitan city. So how can it be identify the information? It is not possible to one place to another place to visit. So we will get that information through the web portals, digitization of the information. That is the one thing. And second one is the economic information exchange. Economics information exchange means so electronic information exchange today is the globalization. If you need the one of that article, how did we exchange? So we are the sending one of that mail, one of that health report. So for example, from where visited one of the hospital, we are getting that report. We are the forgetting the report. How can it be taken through the web portal only? The electronic information to send them a database or any one of the source of the sector will get it. That. So in this electronic information is the topest priority. And third one is the geometric increasing level of electronic networking and connectivity. So electronic information security is very predominantly in the top of the position. For example, in the geo, that is the geometric information for in case, for example, in the Google Maps. Today we doesn't know the location. So once the Google Map we are searching to take the directions immediately to go there. So that is the Google. So in this connection, revolutionizing information economy, mainly information is the powerful weapon. That is the first one. And second one is the attributes of the information economy. So exactly the attribute means in the, for example, the further in the attribute information economy, distinctly can be noted the for facts, unlikely industrial economy information. So for example, if you need the industrial economy report, so RBI, what type of the policies going on, industrial development from 1950, after 1947 independence to 2000, 2000 to 1921, new economic policies came. On that day onwards, today is the what is the going on. The industrial revolution. So new economic policy in the 1995 ex-prime minister P.V. Narasimha introduced. So that today is the globalization of the marketing. So economy will be developed. So the type of the information will between more information is shared through the process, information process. In the globalization, most information through the processing of the globalization and the increase in the professional information. So in this concern, increasing the professional information, that is one contemporary, and also society level, the socialization of the information. So today is the multimedia. That is called as a social media. Social media is the global Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. This type of the networks that you can and also legal consideration. So, for example, in this legal consideration, United Kingdom. So, in this digital library, in the preservation of the security of the digital security, United Kingdom, there the given the some of the standards, digital how to organize, how to implementing the protecting. It is concerning in the 2000 year, the United Kingdom, UK, England, they are the passed on the resolution data protection act in this concern. So no, the any one of the data will be saving and the security any one of the institution of the information. So that is called as a security of the purpose. The United Kingdom in 2000, they are the started the data protection and preservation of the security policy. In this concern, United States of America, USA, also in the 2002, they are the password of the bill that is called as article versus of the liability, bill of rights. Article versus bill of the right of the right, bill of the library bill of the right. So this is the reflected to the governments that are preparing the policy implementation. So this is the impact of the importance of the libraries and the security of the data. And also third one, current developments in India. In India, globalization, so many trends are going on. So here, in this concern, government of India taken the number of the initiatives to developing in this company of the field. Data privacy and the policy, preservation of the data, and data protection. So this is the main important of the key rules in the 21st century of the cyberspace. Government of India taken the initiatives of project ID development of the policy for the new education system. The national e-government policy also they have taken the initiatives to develop the on the current developments in India. Digital libraries architecture. So in this concept, digital library architecture, how to structure, how to maintain. They are given the images here. Server 1, server 2, third server. So each of the server is reflected to the storing store the data of the information and illustration. So role of the training, role of the every field that will be connected to one field to another field, just like in the role faculty. So in the digital library, how to preserve the that is the secure the data. First, who is there in the digital library in the colleges, the college library? Who is there? The first one is the faculty. First one is the faculty. Second one is the student. So that we browse in this concern, what type of the attributes, what type of the attributes we are the providing, general information, references, and ready references. So reservices. So in the libraries, there are the several services they are the providing, documentary delivery service, pick reference services, periodical services, reprography services, the different aspects of the services they are the providing. So in this concern, user access. So basically here they are the providing the user access. So mainly here, who is that the database is the accessing familiar here, the user only. So once the user is accessing database is the main important. So user can access the database, what type of the information is required directly to user, authentication and payment. So some of the articles, for example, if you need some of the article is required, some databases it will be collecting the commercial. So immediately we'll pay and get it the article. That is the one content. In case where the subscribed the some of the database, for example, IEEE. So IEEE online journals is there. That database, they are the paid and getting the access for year wise and annual wise. So this process is the going on. The user access. User is the main concern. Accessing the information. The attributes of the digital material. So this attributes of digital material is the main way to focus in descriptions of the material. Here the types of the area, different approaches, different applications are there here. And also that is the operations by user. So in this library, the any digital library, the operations only by the using of the users only. So the users is only to operate. The user ID and password, they are the URL based user ID and password. And second one is the IP based process. So once within the campus of that area, internet is there, within the local network, so IP based will be working. In the remote of the access, the people will be accessing the user ID and password. So this is the operations used by the consuming the user community of the people. That is the main thing. So the data identity security. Why? Because they are providing the username based only. So immediately the data is the saving and security and document product technology. So here once we have creating one of the folder in your name of the account, what are the important articles is there? Important in the document is there. Entirely all the articles and documents, it will be saving in your data. So automatically the entire all the information it is saved in our database. So it will be protection of the technology. The authorities they are following the protection of the software they are uploaded. No one cannot be cloning to copying in our data. So no cloning. So this is the digital library that is called as technology, data security technology applied here, and also libraries security. The issues of the digital library security. What type of that security is arising the problems? For use of the copyrights. So first of all, fair is in the digital library. Mainly it will comes to the fair of the use of the library. So that is the fairness of the copyright. So we illegal without of the Copyright Act, we are the getting the information that is unethical. So copyright is the most important. With the copy of the author or publisher of the authentication, then only you are eligible to access to share the information. The first point that one. And second one is legislations and strengthening the trade border data flow. So legislatives, for example, in the Library Acts, the government of India, each of the state, they are given one of the Library Acts. So each of the act, Andhra Pradesh Public Library Act in the 1916, Kerala Public Library Act. So such type of the legislations. So that is the assemblies, they are the preparing one of the regulation and providing the library. This is the library says this much of the amount we are the collecting. The type of the information we are the sharing to providing that information. And third one is compliance to secure the system. So mainly to save the security system. So in the users data, either the students or faculty in our institution, the data to be securing is the most important. That is the main. And the fourth one is efficient to control online information services. In case in the efficiency, so to save the control of that information in the online. For example, the people will be accessing online. Immediately someone else using your username and password and stolen your information entirely. That is the hacking of the information. So that is in the technical support of the people efficiently to controlling bugs of the errors in our database. No one cannot interfere in our data. Some of the firewalls they are taken to the supporting in this concern and the protection and the individual price of the internet. So protection is the main important of the individual of the quality. With the protection of the data, so basically protection is the most important in this concern. Meanwhile, protection is the most important. So whatever data you are acquiring, whatever and organizational information. Organizational information. So organizational information in this area. And also determination of the one. Just a minute, please. I will explain you. Determination and qualitative of the information will be providing the qualitative of the information. In our database, what type of the quality of the information is there? Where the sharing the accuracy of the information concern the user community. That is the main important here. The security bugs is the main to controlling the entirely processing of the technical security in the database. So security is the most important here. Security processing, security preservation is the digital libraries entirely to working on the network based only. So one network to another networking, how it will be working. So it will be several problems is there here. The controlling of the panels, especially the servers mainly. For example, where the subscribing the EBISCO database. So EBISCO, which place is EBISCO in the USA is there, the server. And some servers it will be reflected to South Asia in the China. So Switzerland, mainly in the hub of the Switzerland. The people will be maintaining the different servers. So in the worldwide, they are the providing that information to all the user community. How it will be going on only on the basis of the servers only. So the servers is technically how it will be working on very promptly and quickly, because the servers sometimes we can see hacking of the some of the servers it will be showing on the papers. So why the hackers it will be hacking of the database and stolen the entirely that information. So at the time it will be very difficult to problemize the information, because the bank account is there. People will be keeping in the server, the SBI server, they are the stolen that information. So in this connection, in the concerning the jurisdiction, the authority, they are the taken to the
the firewalls, in the security firewalls. N number of the people are working on the security firewalls. The people will be securing the data main. So different type of the data, different type of the application of the people are behind on the database. They are the working on the concern. So this type of the process entirely, it will be going on that area. So in the mainly in the here, the preservation of that method is the most security of that methods is very, very important in this concern. The digital libraries, especially the all the core area, different, it is very, very important on that work. So without of that knowledge, without of that knowledge, they did not do doing any of these things. So that type of the problems will be arising here. That is the mainly okay. So different application, different approaches is going on. So in this concern, we will discuss to the next point of view. In the what is the methods is the application there that taken to the preservations. Here they are taken to the some of the preservations going on here. That is the preamble. So what is that means? Once we have the taken to the any of the digital library, we are taking some of the preservations here. So what type of the preservations we have the taken? Preamble, we will write that what is the guidelines. Our database is the maintaining so and so. Our database is going to this much of that way. That type of the preamble that is called as a index of that this type of the process is going on. Where safety and security, where they collecting the data, that is the responsibility of that institution. So such type of the preamble, it is the most the digital library to inform to the concerning our user community. And second one is the guidelines. So in the guidelines, what type of the guidelines is the going on? So the guidelines, this process is the going on. This process of the technical process is the going on. The type of that information we are the communicating. And also professional ethics and using the technology. So ethical values is the most important. Professional ethics. Oh, so we did not cheat any of the people. We are collecting that information from, we have the stolen the some of that information from someone else, and we are the uploading in our server. That is an unethical meaning. So meanwhile, we did not to collecting the information by unethical of the using of the technology. That is the main one contemporary and prohibited use. So prohibited means the prohibition means entirely the information it will be prohibited use. So some databases we did not to utilizing the privilegation. Without of that permission, we did not to access directly. That is the main thing of that part. That is one contemporary. And also that is the personality. So that means that is the personality also one of the indication, one of the database of the digital library. And privacy statement, that is the privacy. We are accessing this database. The privacy is the main. So this privacy means some people will be only accessing this information. So the privacy is the most, this people is only to eligible to access that information. That is one thing. And also limitations of that privacy. So the limitations, this much of the privacy only for in our database. This type of the documents only for the privacy of the database from you can access. That is the main of the importance of the concerning on the area. That is the main thing. And also security and statement of the responsibility. So in this responsibility, in the statement of the responsibility, so important, this is the, this entirely data is the whole and soul responsible by the institution, by the systems. The people will be indicated to informing to the respective community of that people. So this is the main thing of the process. And also in the digital libraries, mainly acceptable use of the policy. So any one of the people, they can be acceptable of the policy. So what type of the acceptable of the policy is there? The policy is the most important here. So here in the, what type of policies is the going on? Mainly the policy is the, what are the policies there? The institutional policy, you can inform. Authentication. So authentication, all the people cannot be eligible to access the data. Authentication of the people, those who are the eligible of the people only, the people can be eligible to access the data. That is one thing. And data security, that is the data protection and data security. So in the digital library, the data security and data protection is the main important of the scenario. So without of the data security and data protection, so the information it will be stolen by the someone else. So in this concern, the data security in the user ID and passwords and strong passwords, it will be reflected to the main important. and also digital library architecture. So the digital library architecture is different modules is going on through the website. So that is also one contemporary, and also Dublin core metadata. Here also the entirely the data where previously we are discussing in the information technology, that is the metadata. So metadata, it will be reflected to working on that metadata, it will be working totally. So the standard is of instruction of mark format of the 21. So entirely all the information, it will be working to the metadata structure of the data library, and also Dublin core metadata. So in the Dublin core metadata, what is called as Dublin core metadata means data about the data, that is called as a metadata. Metadata principles in the Dublin core metadata, how many 15 models is there? That is the 15 elements, title and author and edition. This the entire the 15 models, it will be reflected in the metadata structure. So the 15 elements is the standard elements, it has been reflected here. And the encoded architecture designing. So this is the designing of the digital library of the structure also encoding in this policy, and also information economy. So information is the economy. So sometimes some of that information is required. We will pay the money and get it that information, because that is the costly of that information. So easiest of that way, we will not get that information. So information is the main thing, that is called and metadata. So metadata is the structure of that metadata. So structure of that metadata is the most important. The data, the metadata, it will be data about the data. The data, it will be structured. So in the electronic gateway, that is the HTML hyper markup language, or what type of that PDF language, PDF format, which type of that application it will be applied, it will be metadata. One of the structured and uniformed information, it will be retrieved. It will be supported to the metadata objectives of the RDF, that is the resource description format, or XML, or hypertext markup language. These contemporaries are reflected here in these references in the security of the digital libraries. So this is the mainly to reflect the points of the digital library. This is the brief of that information about the digital libraries to accessibility in this concern. Okay, so the digital library is mainly to focusing to security and providing the qualitative of that information to without of the story. That is the security and the preservation of that method. So in case in the digital libraries, it will be costly and expensively to secure the good information. It will be stored the good information. So for example, in the COVID vaccine is there, the formulas, it will be reflected. What type of the policies and formulas is going on. So that information, it will be stored in the privacy of that in his documents in his database. So in case in the it will be storing any one of the people, it will be sharing. So automatically the information, it will be security of the purpose. The system, it will be shared concerning the people only. In case without of the security, all the people can access and misusing the main formula of the concept. So this contemporary digital libraries, security and preservation, they are the sake taken to the stockholders, n number of the firewalls of the security, and also online of the content, technical supporting of the people. They are the working in the different approaches, different applications in the behind of the database. So in the meanwhile, in the digital libraries, very toply and costly of the database, they are the maintaining. Technical support is the most important in this concern. So the digital libraries mainly to focusing the basic fundamental information and security of that information mainly. So many databases is there, but what type of that information is the required? Security mainly. So the data, it will, no one cannot be stolen. The data, it will be secured and safest of that method to providing the qualitative of that information concerning our user community. That is helpful to the institution, because in the private organizations or private any one of the institution with the academic library or special library or any one of the scientific library, they are the valued of that information stored in the library. So that providing the digital library access to all the user community of today is the majority of that no one cannot do physically. They are the visiting the library. So majority of the people, they are the visited virtually to access that information. virtual of that people, how to can be access the digital content of that format of the binary system. So digital library, how it will be working on through the internet and internet based only. So in this concerning digital libraries, so what are that information is there in the libraries? Entirely the type of that information is stored in a database in the hard disk and servers, and providing the information, user ID and passwords through the security of that methods. In the security of the methods, it will be reflected the standard security privilegizations. They are the taken without any misusing of that information. They are the taken the standard structures of the procedures in this concerning. In this concerning in the world ways, UK government and USA and Indian government, they are the started the revolutions and the resolutions on this product. In the UK government, they are the processing. In this concerning in the 2000, they are the started the one of the revelation of that method of Geo password the 2000 and 2022. We will be creating one of that pass. In this concerning majority of the government of India also, they are the taken this much of that initiatives and completed the process. This is the entire the structure, it will be completed the entire the process, and firewalls is the going on in this concerning. So this is the mainly brief of the structure of this the digital content. So this class is the over today, and next class this entire the lesson it will be completed. Next class we will discuss the next model of that applications. In the next lesson, in the unit number 16, we will discuss the evaluation of the digital library and the process, how it will be working on, and each and everything. So in the next class in the tomorrow by 5 to 6 o'clock, will come there with me, and along with the all the what are the doubts and queries is there. Immediately we will solve the problem and discussions are going on entirely. This is the digital, this is the entirely this syllabus. It will be completed by the tomorrow. What are the doubts we have? We can clearly to discuss in this class.